So our presentation today is the anchor design calculation at your fingertips, which is the FIXPERIENCE about the rail fix. So what is that? We will learn gradually toward when we'll go towards the end. Here I am Suvankar Der, your host today, working as technical field engineer in UAE. I'm working for 4 years in this industry in the experience in fixing solution. So today, what will be our journey? Basically, there is two segment of journey. One is the basic segment of rail fix. We'll discuss elaborately, and there will be another about the CFIX. Also, we will discuss elaborately regarding that. So now the duration of the webinar is 45 minutes. It's from 11 to approx 11:45. Question answer will be for the 10 minutes. So whatever the question will be asked by you will be answered at the 10 minutes. And the last poll and feedback session, it's very important for us as well as for you. So before we start, I just want to ask a simple question regarding our history. When Fischer established? Can anybody answer when Fischer established in the chat box? I will wait for a couple of seconds. How much long time we are in the market, or like when we started our business? What is the time? Any guess? Any guess? I can see Dr. Mohammed said 100 years, Khalid said 1950, Nasir says 1976, 1920, 1924. Hi Pradeep. Umer said 1947, 1967, Arun 1930. Okay, good response. Almost we are established by 1948 by Mr. Arthur Fischer. So he invented the S plug in 1958. We are basically, our headquarters is in Waldachtal in Black Forest in Germany. We are in fixing division. Now our owner is Mr. Klaus Fischer. He is handling the full fixing division, I mean Fischer division now. Our locations is the Brazil, Czech Republic, Italy, Argentina, China, Germany, and USA. We are having the manufacturing unit. We are in 47 subsidiaries in the worldwide. We are spread over. We are spreading the success over the world now. What are the divisions of the Fischer? Fischer is having division of fixing division, where we work as a Fischer fixing. We are having automotive system. We do have Fischer Technique, Fischer Consulting, and L&T Automation, also with Fischer. Now, about the services, also I want to introduce you. It's Fischer is not only selling the product, we are also giving the training. So if you need training at your offices, or you need any development in your knowledge, we can help you out with the trainings about the anchors and things. Pull-out test we do also on the side. Design calculation, software support is also given by us. Document support is there, international technical support, as well as the project references for you. Now let's little bit discuss about the product range, what we do have before going inside. So we do have steel anchors, chemical anchors, nylon anchors in the range, supports and hangers for the MEP services, fire stop as a passive fire stop system, facade system, and massive system as well. Now we are going to introduce to you rail fix. So today our focus will be in rail fix. But what is that? When you install FIXPERIENCE, FIXPERIENCE is the software to do the design calculation for the anchors and other accessories, which is other products which is available with Fischer. Here there is CFIX, which is used to do the anchor design calculation in the concrete or in the masonry. There is rail fix, which is our topic today. It's doing the design calculation for handrail fixing and as well as the balustrade fixing. Rebar fix is to the fixing rebar, I mean in the existing concrete. Wood fix is to fix wood to wood using fischer screw. Install fix is for the hanger support design calculation for like MEP services. Mortar fix is to calculate the mortar volume, and channel fix is the new range of product Fischer added is the cast-in channel, also available in the software to do the calculation now. Our focus will be in rail fix. So once you click in the rail fix, you will find some software like this. Today our discussion will be in rail fix and later on about the CFix. So now here, if you see the rail fix, it's bit user-friendly interface, and then here you will find towards the left side as a toolbox. So how to start the design? To start the design, you just have to go step by step at the left side, and your design will be done to print the preview. Here, how to start the design? In the design, you will select what is the application. The application is railing or parapet, or it's the stair rails. So I'm choosing for today's example as railing on the parapets. While we choose the railing on the parapet, it is asking railing position, it's inside or outside. Why it's asking inside or outside? Any idea? It's basically asking because to give you the proper product, if it is outside area, so you need more corrosion resistance, so you should choose the stainless steel anchor. If it is inside area, you can choose stainless steel or galvanized, whatever preferable one. So I'm choosing as, let's say, outside area. What is the component shape? So means sometime at the site you will find sometime they are fixing on the slab, sometime they are having a upstand. So if you do have upstand, you can choose it. If you don't have the upstand, then go for the concrete slab. So today my example is with the concrete slab. Fixing is the base plate. How the base plate it's fixed on the face of the slab or on the top of the slab. Also can be defined here. I will choose as on the top of the slab, and going for the next part is the static system. So in the post there is different options in the software available. So there is single span element, two span element, multiple span element, and middle post. So middle post is always the worst case, as you know. Single span element or two span element also can be chosen based on your requirement. As middle post is the worst case, I'm choosing it as middle post. What is the distance between the post? So from post to post, what is the spacing? So you will have this. I am having the post to post spacing as 1000 mm. So 1 meter, let's say. Railing height above finish floor. How much is the height of the railing? It means you can, by the way, directly input the values on the user interface. So in the model itself, so let's say I'm having 1100 mm height, and then how much is the height of the infill? It is here 900 mm, or you can choose from here also. I'll make it as 1000 mm. Here also you will have option from the distance from the top of the infill till the top of the rail. So this, once we fill this all the options, it's basically architectural requirement. So you will have the drawing, so based on that you can fill this data. So once you finish the modeling, we can come to the base material. What is the base material made of? It is crack or non-crack. So based on the case to case, we can choose the crack or non-crack concrete. Grade of concrete, it's which grade of concrete you do have. What is the surface reinforcement we do have surface reinforcement or not, then the information regarding the base material. Once we choose the base material, we are good to go for the base plate. Did I miss something? Verification of the steel structure. We will come to the verification of the steel structure once we do the modeling, we finish the modeling, and then we'll come to the verification of the steel structure. So now base plate, how it looks like of the base plate. So it is rectangle, circular, elliptical, or how it is looks like. So if you are having rectangular base plate, you can choose the rectangular base plate here. So now here as well, there is one checkbox saying FEM calculation required or not, design calculation for the base plate required or not. You can include the FEM calculation in the report by clicking or the ticking the box. Okay, let's come down here. What is the size of the base plate? It's 150 by 150 now. Whatever is the size it's required for you, also you can choose it, and then good to go. So basically base plate thickness will be it's saying here, you can see the bottom part, it's saying we need 13 mm of base plate. So I will just change it to 13 mm, and it's showing it's again green. So if it is red, then means it is overutilized. So it always has to be in the green zone. Great. Till now, if you are having any questions, you can put in the question tab, and I am going forward now. So what is the anchor layout? Anchor layout is how many anchors you are putting. It's 4 anchor, 2 anchor, 3 anchor in a triangle, etc. I'm putting, let's say, as a 4 anchors here. If we are putting 4 anchors, it's saying the edge distance is not sufficient. You can see here, basically we do have edge distance, let's say in the side as like 100 mm from the center of the anchor. I can put it directly here. Now coming down to the profile, what is the profile, how the profile looks like? We can ignore this part because when we will do the verification of the steel structure, we can directly do the calculation from there. It will choose as profile from there. Now coming down to the load, there is option as free input, and then loads are here mentioned. So you can put the unfactored load without safety factor, you can see. So we can put the load without safety factor. It will take the safety factor automatically and then do the design calculation. So let's say I am having load here as inwards load 0.25 kilonewton, outwards 0.25 kilonewton. FG is basically denoting is the dead load of the infill. So here, let's say I am having 0.2 kilonewton, and here it's imposed load. How much is the imposed load? 0.2 again, let's say for me. So this is an example I'm trying to make, and this is how it's coming. Now going to the wind load, we can include the wind load as well as a free input. How much is the wind pressure? How much kilonewton per mm square is the wind pressure? So I can put as 1.2 kilonewton per mm square as well as 1.2 kilonewton per mm square in the both direction, and good to go for the result. Now there is one thing called FEM design, which is doing the design check for the FEM finite element. So we can check the finite element from here. What is the grade of steel mentioned here? So you can mention by user defined if it is a aluminium or some other material apart from steel. Once we define this, we can do the check here saying how much is the thickness required. It's 12 mm. Apply the value. So now our plate thickness is 12 mm. Great. So now the question I saw, how to check the how to calculate all the anchors. What about the anchors? Okay, there is option. We can choose the anchors from here, but I will prefer to choose the anchor from multiple analysis. So if I click here, in a single click, you will get the list of anchor what will pass for this particular design calculation. So just to give some time, it's having 743 anchors are passing for this particular case, and it will give the whole list of anchor what are passing. I saw one of the question here. Which load are we talking of here? We are Orgodip. Basically, we are talking about the loads. What is the live loads, and what is the imposed loads, as well as what is the dead load of the handrails. So it's always having certain values based on project to project, based on the specification, how much is the wind load is there, because it's outside application as well. Here you will see the whole anchor possible solutions. Now it came, so these are the anchors, all can pass. I will also tell you today how to do the economic anchor design based on this list. So let's choose one for time being to make the report, and later on we can come back for sure for this, how to choose the economic anchor. So now this anchor is FAZ to M10. Great. Now also we talk about verification of the steel structure. So to do the verification of the steel structure, we just need to click on this, and it will do the verification of the post basically. So post and as well as the handrail. So how the rail is look like, it's a circular section, it's a hollow section of square profile, or it's a rectangular profile, we can choose. So I'm choosing the rail above as a circular section, but the post as hollow section. So once we choose the hollow section, I can also choose the size of the hollow section. It's, let's say, 40. And not only that, not only the post, not only the rail, it's also checking the welding connection. So here you can see the stress is coming much higher. So in the stress analysis, the square hollow section for 40/3, it's not passing. We have to go for the bigger section. So 40/4, it's passing exactly with 99.6% utilization, you can see. Now it's safe to go. Here welded connection, it's having 5 mm welded connection, and it's having 72% of utilization, so good to go. Here now the print preview is coming. If we click on the print preview, it will give the report. So let's see how the report looks like. Mr. Rajai, I see you wrote how to calculate shear force. Basically, the shear force is calculated by the software itself, so that's why you don't have to consider any. You don't have to do the calculation in any structural software. You can do in this software and then find it. I will show you how the report looks like. Maybe it will be easier, and then it will answer your question. So how it looks like, it's the basic view of the our handrail design. Here, what is the railing dimension? The post dimension has been mentioned. What are the load has been considered is also mentioned. Now, based on that, there is decisive load case has been considered. So for the deflection, all values are with 1 time safety factor, and then you can see the load combinations. Here, the decisive load design is acting on the base plate based on this load combination, and how we are getting the shear load, tension load, bending moments, everything on the base plate. So at the beginning, we did the check for the rail profile and post profile. It's also has been chosen, and after that there will be the verification. So now the anchor design is there. There is the FEM analysis for the base plate. There is the anchor, how much the maximum tension force is working on the anchor, and based on that the detailed analysis of the anchor is given. Now in the second part you will find the verification of the deflection for the rails as well as for the post. So here the decisive case has been taken again, and then the deflection has been checked and the stress as well. So after this calculation, it's saying proof of the steel part is also successful, and this is the end of the report, you can say. So this is how the report looks like after doing the calculation in the rail fix for the handrails. Now again to go towards the presentation, but before that, like again, if you are having any questions regarding this presentation or regarding the software presentation, you can write down in the question box. Will come down to you. So now we talk about rail fix. It's again about the practice. You can do the calculation, and if you are facing any issue, I am always available. I will give my contact at the last slide, and you can contact me, contact us Fisher to support you anytime, and as a whole. Now if you want us to train you personally in your office or via internet, please comment in the chat box, train me. I will just wait for 30 or 45 seconds. If you really need a training from us, it's again free of cost, personally in your office or via internet, in the software in detail, we can come to you to train you. Just mention train me, we will come down to you, and then we will train you. Great response. Thank you, Mohammed. Also, Frederick. Kinoti over online, great. We can arrange the training over online. I can do that also. Hemant, who you avoid rebar if you face during drilling? We will come back to that, Zahid. Okay, so you can still just mention train me. We'll come down to you to personally train you in detail. Now, what is inside design report? Basically, this is, we are going to talk in the moderate level for CFIX. So as if you remember, we have different module under FIXPERIENCE, Fischer software. There was CFIX. CFIX, how the design report looks like, and what the things we can look towards to make sure the design report is safe. Before that, I also want to question you one. What are the failure mode under tension for a post-install anchor? What are the failure mode in tension? Anybody can answer? What are the failure mode in tension? Pull out failure, yeah, good. Concrete cone, Orgodeep, great. Shantanu, pull out failure. Omar, prying, good. Michael, steel failure. Ahmed, concrete break, great. Good answers. Rapture, forced with steel rod, okay, great. So now the failure modes in tension, it's generally two. One is steel failure, another one is concrete failure, but it is having the different checks. So how it looks like, so there is check for the concrete cone failure under concrete, steel failure as I told from the anchor part, and then pull out failure again due to wrong installation or the lower grade of concrete. So there is 3 check for the concrete failure and 1 check for the steel itself. Now for the failure mode in shear is the similar one. It's having steel failure, either the anchor fails or the concrete fails is with concrete pry out failure. Omar, I remember you told pry out, it is for shear, not under the tension, but great try. Thank you very much for your comment. And there is concrete edge failure as well if the anchor is very near to the edge. Why we have to know this? Because in the report when we go, we found this, all the words or like the checks over there. In the FIXPERIENCE CFIX printout report, if we enter these loads as like 1.5 kilonewton of tension and 0.4 kilonewton of bending moment, it's basically giving tension and shear to the anchor. So tension is, the anchor only knows the tension, that the anchor cannot consider the bending moment working in the base plate. So it's simplified from the base plate to the anchor as like tension and shear. So here you can see the worst case is for anchor number 1 and anchor number 3. Here also you can see in the diagram, it is anchor number 1 and anchor number 3 is under tension, and anchor number 2 is under compression, so it is 0. Okay, now in the report, once we print out, we will find something mentioned like resistance to tension load. In this table, you can easily go through and then understand what is the action load maximum working in a single anchor or group of anchor. What is the capacity of that single anchor or group of anchor under that criteria? So let's take an example. Steel failure, the acting load is 4.29 kilonewton. The capacity of the anchor is 39.29 kilonewton. It's much higher. So here you can see the utilization of the anchor is only 10% under steel failure. But here the worst case is also denoted using the bold. It's 88%. You can see the concrete cone failure. Acting load is 8.57 because it's a group of anchors. So multiply with the 2 number of anchor into 4.29. But the capacity is 9.65. So it's working, I mean, it's utilized 88% almost. Now, coming to the resistance to the shear, the similar table you will find before the shear check as a conclusion to see what is the worst failure happening in the design. So it's again the concrete pry out failure. This is the acting load in the group of anchor. This is the capacity of group of anchor, and then the utilization for it. Now, coming down, not finishing with tension and shear load, it's also giving the combined failure, which is 88% for the combination of tension and shear. At the end, you will find installation data in our report. So in the at the end, the installation data is telling that which anchor you have to use, what is the diameter of the drill hole has to be done, what is the drill hole depth has to be done, I mean, what is the fixing thickness also has been given. If there is torque required for the anchor to install, if the anchor is FAZ2 or some kind of mechanical anchor, bolt anchor, how much the torque need to be provided also will be mentioned in the installation data page. Not only that, also to make it more valuable to our customer, we are also giving the whole coordinates, mentioning the whole coordinates, where are the holes located in a table to make the life easier to manufacture the base plate. Now, we heard about ENSO. Do you know what is ENSO? Did you saw this before in the design report? I got so many times the questions, what is ENSO? So we thought when we are talking about the software, we can discuss regarding it, like what is ENSO. So going little bit deep inside about the ENSO. Basically, ENSO is nothing else. It is a code which is called FIB Bulletin 58. FIB Bulletin 58, it's basically International Federation of Concrete Bulletin 58. It's based on Europe. It's came up, and how it is, the history of it, it's like 65 engineers all together. They sat, do the research on the anchors from different industry, different companies, and they included in the bulletin or the technical report, kind of, you can say. From that bulletin, it came in the world, and it is accepted by the whole engineers and worldwide accepted method of ENSO or Bulletin 58. Now, you could have asked why we have to do the design with FIB Bulletin 58. Well, if you see in the ETAG, as per ETAG, there is certain arrangement of the anchor in a base plate. So in the first row, you can see how the anchor arrangement can be under all loading direction, and for the shear load, how the anchor arrangement will be. So now, apart from this arrangement, there is no other option for the ETAG design method to give the freedom to the engineers also to do various different cases. We might require different kind of arrangement in the anchor. So ENSO came in with FIB Bulletin 58, which is giving the unlimited arrangement to the engineers to do the anchor design. Here also another point, why ENSO? Because ENSO, when we do the design calculation based on ETAG, we get the combination, something looks like this, as I shown in the previous slide. So in this combination, you will find there is maximum utilization for the concrete pull out failure with concrete cone, and there is steel failure with lever arm. So now here it is failing in concrete, in shear it is failing in steel. Now when we came here, the combination is done with the two worst case. So one in tension in concrete, one in shear in steel. So steel to concrete combination has been done here, which is much conservative but bit less practical. To make more practical, ENSO came up with FIB Bulletin 58 in the technical report. Group of engineers, they made up this. You can see the yellow highlighted is the steel failure under tension, steel failure under shear, and this is the combination. There is concrete failure under tension, concrete failure under shear, and this is the combination. This makes the design more realistic as per the site, and this is how the ENSO is doing the design. So sometime you will find, like when you are doing design with ETAG, it might failing, but with ENSO it is passing. So ENSO, it's passing not because of there is something behind. The behind theory is only the combination of the failures. So it's ENSO is worldwide accepted, and ENSO is good to go. FIB Bulletin 58 is accepting the group of engineers worldwide. Now, Also, the last but not the least topic for us, how to do economic anchor design. Many times I face these questions with the engineers from our industry, saying how to do the economic anchor design while doing the anchor design in the software. First of all, I just want to highlight few points regarding the influence factor for the price of anchor. It's basically the range of product, how many range of product we do have under that category, what is the load capacity of the anchor. As much the high load capacity, the performance is higher, the obviously price is going higher. Type of third party approval, it is for non-crack concrete or it is for crack concrete, it is for seismic approval. Based on that, number of third party approval, what are the third party approval we do have, it's ETAG, ICC, and so on. Uniqueness of the product, how unique is the product, how the problem solver is the product, if there is nothing work, how the product perform, is also a factor for the anchor price. Here I try to make a triangle for your easiness to understand how the product can be sorted out based on the price, based on the performance. So performance is basically directly proportional to the price. So hence you can see one by one how it looks like. Here the anchors, it's for non-crack concrete approved by ETA. While we go up, we are having ETA approval for crack concrete, ICC approval, seismic approval, and at the top you can find the products which is the having all the approvals along with some special approvals as well. Basically the performance curve goes from down towards up, so the top product is the best perform product. Here chemical anchor performance triangle for your easiness to understand while you do the design. Here the non-crack concrete anchor chemical which is approved, this is the crack concrete anchor chemical having ETA approval. Some of the product is having ICC approval, American approval I mean, and then there is also product which is having dynamic approval as well as the static approval. Again, performance wise it's going from down towards the top. The top product is the best performing product. Here how it will help us, when you will you remember in the rail fix we choose the calculate all anchor. While we click on this tab, we found the list of anchor and then we can choose based on the case to case which anchor is passing for us in that case. So in the result we need to click and then we need to click calculate all anchors to get the list of the anchors. Now I am towards the end of the presentation. I am having some requests to you from my side. So if you are having I mean if you have any comment like or like you are interested, as I told for the webinar, we can discuss in detail. Just mention as train me and then we will come back to you. Give me an honest feedback to improve ourselves as well as your experience in future. We want to improve your experience, how we are interacting now. Also, please do not hesitate to contact me if you are having any clarification. As I said, this is my mail ID. My WhatsApp is available in this number, as well as you can give me a call direct to discuss about it. 100% will be in touch and then try to find the solution for you. Let's go towards the question tab now. What are the questions we got from you to answer one by one? In between, if you are having any questions, you can again mention in the question tab. Mohammed said, could you please inform us how we can download this application? 100% Mohammed, I will send the link over there to you and mentioning like how you can download. If you are facing any problem, again Suvankar is ready to support you, just one message away or one mail away. Is there Android app available, Mohammed? Android app is available for us, but this is not for the anchor design, but to choose the right product for the DIY. What is the application? Based on that, you can choose the product. App is available in Google Play Store as well as in the App Store. What is the minimum spacing and edge distances? Orgodip, minimum spacing, edge distances is the separate topic. Basically, minimum spacing and edge distance is mentioned in relevant ETA approval of the product. So if you go to our website and choose the product, you will get the documents and downloads option, where you will get the ETA. Inside ETA, it's very much clear and elaborately explained like what should be the minimum spacing and minimum edge distance. Why we need that? Maybe that will be in another session. How do we define cracked concrete, uncracked concrete? Orgodip, cracked concrete, uncracked concrete. Well, good question. Again, this is another topic. Cracked concrete, in a simple word, single word, concrete under tension is cracked concrete. Concrete under compression is non-cracked concrete. But in detail, we can discuss it. Thank you very much for your comment. So be in touch. For sure, we can discuss regarding this. Mohammad Shabir is saying this is all on the selection software, but how can we have this to working on this? Mohammad Shabir, I actually did not got this, but you mean like how you can get the software? If this is your question, then the software is available online. I will share the link with you in the chat box, and as well as you can drop your mobile number. We will be in touch to make sure you are able to install the software in your system. Orgodip, which load are we talking of here? Orgodip, we already told like there is different loads. It's sometimes shear loads and there is wind loads on the balustrades. We are talking about that loads and how to calculate based on that the post and the base plate and the anchors. That load what we talk about, and that is the application what we talk about. Size of anchor. Okay, how are we considering the seismic design software connection, seismic design safety of factor connection, since all building code talk about seismic for glass railing size of anchor? Great, good question. MR, I'm not sure like what's your name? I'm not getting, sorry. Anyhow, sir, here the seismic design is not included in the software, but for sure I can come back to you if you are having any seismic design for the handrails and which is not available in the software. You can directly contact me, contact us. We can support you for that particular design calculation, either by manual from our side or from the same software, but as a exclusive version from our side. So the anchor design can be given. It's possible to give. Is it possible to do calculation for the facade application? Mohammed is saying, is it possible to do the calculation for the facade application? Facade application, it is possible to do the calculation, but as you saw, the facade system, it's a different system for us, and that is a full different topic. We can do the design calculation. It is not available till now for public. But we can do the design calculation for facade as well if you require. We just need to know what is your requirement, again, like possible to do, and the whole calculation for the facade system can be given by us. Can we get trail software? Yes, Sheikh. Not trail software, but the full software can be downloaded, and it's free of cost for lifetime. So you can download anytime. I will share the download link. I can see many of you are asking for the software. 100% you will get the link in the chat box or in your personal mail as well. only available in 12 size, or it's depend on weight? Engineer Asif, I understood because I was doing the design calculation with M12 was there mentioned in the anchor. I believe in last of the at the last of the software presentation, it got clear for you. You can choose whatever is the diameter required, and you can choose any of the anchor based on the performance of the anchor and your requirement at the project. Can you leave the link of the application to download and install 100%? Abu Varaj. Sorry, I'm sorry. Abu Varaj, did I spell well now? Yes, possible to give you, Abu Varaj, the link of the software. Anchoring material, guarantee period, how many years? Good. Sir, anchoring for the anchors, which is ETA approved anchor by ETA, if you are installing proper anchor in the proper location, I mean, for the outer environment, if it is you are using the stainless steel or the proper environment, proper material, then it's having 50 years warranty by ETA itself. So yes, it's pretty good. Can the software consider bended element? Software can Santanu, software can consider bended element, yes, and also when it's doing the design calculation, if we are giving the standoff or the grout, it's considering the bending on the anchor as well due to the shear force. And as you saw, it is doing the stress check for the post, so it's considering the bending. Can the software consider, okay, it's done. Sheikh is saying how we can calculate it for fire rated case. Mr. Sheikh, a fire rated case for the balustrade, it's not included in the software, but again, like if you are having the fire case, you can refer to us. Our normal anchor design software, it's with fire case, so we can do the design calculation for you for the post in the normal, and then again for the fire also can be given again, but this will be manually. So possible to give. So if you are having any case like that, you can directly contact me, contact us to give you the solution for it. Can we have a video of this webinar available afterwards? Yes, sir. It is available and we will send to you. Again, MR is saying FEM means a flexible base material is considered. So the anchor force are taking the additional load because of any kind of non-rigidity. FEM for us, as much as per my knowledge, it's considered as a rigid base plate, not a flexible base plate for the FEM analysis in our software. But still, as you are having the question, I will come back to you with detailed answer. What is the responsible for anchor design failure? What is the responsible for anchor design failure? I'm not sure, like what do you mean by this question? Maybe you are meaning like if the anchor design fails, then who will be the responsible, or like how to find out the faults, whatever you are meaning. But just to tell you, the anchor design, it's having safety factors and the process of doing the design. So if you are following the process and you are putting the correct data, it should not fail. In our experience, it is never failing if you are following the proper data. But again, like sometime it happens, because based on which confidence I'm saying this, because there is load safety factor, there is material safety factor. So all of this safety factor has been included to make it till fail from the design load. So it's really not easy, but if it is failing still, means there was something wrong in the design. We have to look inside the design calculation to see it. How do we know the selected anchor is the most economical? Munishwar, as I told in the presentation, like as the performance of the anchor is directly proportional to the price, so higher performance anchor is bit higher in price. It's true, it's fact. So always it's better to start if the anchor is meeting your criteria. So now you might know the curve of anchor, like which one is the best performance and which one is the least, and then based on that you can choose it. Can ENSO help in fixing design on a circular or inclined surface? Also, if your software has capability to access inclined installation, ENSO cannot do the design calculation on circular or inclined surface. It's not about the ENSO, but it's again, ENSO is not ENSO from us. It's a code basically. In the whole world there is nothing clearly mentioned regarding the circular face of the column, or let's say on the corner or in the inclined, but still we can do the engineering judgment based on our experience. We can support you. We did many projects in our region with this kind of situation, and we came up with some engineering judgment and solution which was accepted by the consultants and the engineers over there. So possible to give you the solution, Santanu, but request you, if you are having any kind of this case, please do contact us. We will be always happy to support you. How to understand the nomenclature of the product from product catalog easily? Munishwar, that's a good question actually. It was not about that product catalog reading, but okay, as you asked the question, I can answer you regarding it. The product, our product, it's having very user friendly nomenclature. If you see our bolt anchor, it's the name of the anchor, then the diameter of the anchor slash what is the maximum plate thickness. So if you are familiar with Fischer product, so you will know this, because we don't believe on the length of the anchor. Maybe our anchor require less length, less embedment depth compared to others, I will say, compared to anybody else. So the length of the anchor, it's really varies, but what matters is the thickness of the plate what you are going to fix, which is already mentioned in the nomenclature of the anchor. Any software we can download? Can we download? Yes, you can download Engineer Asif. The software is available free of cost in our website. You can directly write in Google FIXPERIENCE, and I believe you will get the link. Also, trial pullout result which is mentioned in the data sheet related to design criteria. Okay, Ihab, I actually did not got what you mean by this question. If you can explain trial pullout test result which is mentioned in the data sheet related to any design criteria. In the data sheet, I don't know, like it's mentioned about the pullout or not, but if you are having something like this, I'm 100% interested to discuss regarding it and clarify it. That's what I can do. But thank you very much for these questions and interactive session. Thank you to you, and also as well as, like, can we go towards the poll and polls tab, and then review for the webinar, how you found it, it was useful or not, how we can improve our webinar, how we can improve our interaction with you in future for your better experience. Just 5 minutes from you for us. We answer the balance question by mail, so whatever the question left, I will answer you back through mail to each of you personally. And if you are having any further questions, again, I am always available with this mail ID and the WhatsApp number. You can contact me anytime. So now you can see in the chat box, you will find the FIXPERIENCE download software. You can download the software free of cost and register it. If you are facing any problem, any point of time, again, Suvankar is ready to support you. Fisher team is with you. Kindly do the polls before you leave the seminar, leave the webinar. And I really thank you from my bottom of heart. Stay safe and healthy.